like Caitlin. It has been great to watch. We changed the NBA. Caitlin is the most popular WNBA player, but she's not the best at this time.
Magic Johnson just delivered one of the most brutal reality checks in WNBA history, and Angel Reese's camp is absolutely losing their minds. The Lakers legend didn't just pick sides in the Clark versus Reese debate. He obliterated any argument that these two are even close to being equals.
Years ago, in the women's NCAA championship, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark had a moment, which I immediately compared to you and Larry. And they have translated to the WNBA in a lot of very mirrored ways. Do you like that comparison, and do you see?
When asked about comparisons between the current WNBA rookies and his legendary rivalry with Larry Bird, Magic's response was so savage, it left no room for interpretation.
And then they brought it over to the WNBA, just like we brought it to the NBA. We changed the NBA.
But here's what really stings. His reasoning exposes uncomfortable truths about talent, impact, and what it actually takes to transform a sport. The basketball world has been desperately trying to manufacture the next Magic Bird rivalry, and everyone assumed they found it with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. These talking heads on ESPN kept pushing this narrative that both players were equally responsible for the WNBA's surge in popularity. They painted this pretty picture of two superstars destined to carry women's basketball into a golden era. Magic Johnson just torched that entire fantasy with the kind of cold, calculated honesty that only legends can deliver.
WNBA players, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, who many are saying are the Larry Bird and Magic Johnson of the WNBA. Do you like that when you hear that?
When Magic sat down for that now infamous interview, the question seemed innocent enough. They asked him about the parallels between his battles with Bird and what we're seeing with Clark and Reese. Instead of giving some diplomatic non-answer, Magic chose violence. He made it crystal clear that while he respects both players, there's only one driving this bus, and it sure isn't Angel Reese.
And all the Laker players came running up to me and hugged me and said, "We like."
I think what really got under people's skin was how effortlessly Magic dismantled the false equivalency. He pointed out that when he and Bird entered the NBA, they were both immediately recognized as the two best players in college basketball. Both had led their teams to championship games, both were consensus superstars, and both commanded equal respect and attention.
The way they were able to go around arenas across the country and sell them out, and little girls are now dreaming about being like Caitlin. It has been.
Then came the knife twist. Magic essentially said that comparison doesn't exist with Clark and Reese.
Anyway, Magic continues. Larry and I heightened the NBA's overall popularity. Boy, they sure did. Lakers and Celtics sold out arenas throughout the league. Increased viewership, television viewership exponentially. Somebody wrote that for Magic. The higher viewership numbers led to the NBA signing significantly larger TV contracts, which then led to higher salaries for the players. Bingo! Caitlin and Angel are now doing the same thing, selling out arenas, increasing the viewership. They have taken women's basketball by storm, and with expiring TV deals on the horizon, the WNBA is now in position to negotiate higher TV contracts and increase salaries for all of the talented players. He's right.
The numbers don't lie, and Magic knows numbers better than anyone. He built an empire understanding what drives viewership, what sells tickets, and what generates revenue. When he looked at the WNBA's recent explosion, he saw one name dominating every meaningful metric. Caitlin Clark's games are breaking viewership records whether Angel Reese is on the court or not. That's not opinion, that's measurable reality.
Ain't wrong, baby, and I've been saying it. These two have a chance to do for the WNBA what Magic and Bird did. This is a little more one-sided towards Clark.
Magic's most devastating observation was about star power versus supporting cast energy. He acknowledged that Reese brings intensity and creates storylines, but made it abundantly clear that Clark is the one audiences are paying to see. This wasn't just about basketball skills. Magic was talking about something much more rare and valuable, the ability to transcend your sport and become a cultural phenomenon.
Magic Johnson and his smile and his play and his pace and his personality, perfect.
The Lakers legend knows what that looks like because he lived it. Magic didn't just play basketball, he changed how America consumed sports entertainment. His smile, his style, his Showtime approach revolutionized the NBA's entire identity. When he looks at today's WNBA, he sees those same transformative qualities in Clark, not Reese. What really had to sting for Angel Reese's supporters was Magic's commentary about authenticity versus manufactured drama. He praised Clark's natural charisma and genuine competitive fire, while subtly suggesting that some players rely too heavily on controversy and social media antics to stay relevant. Anyone following the WNBA knows exactly who that was aimed at.
You've gotten more money or more publicity.
Magic's business acumen came through when he discussed the economic impact. He owns the LA Sparks, so he understands WNBA economics better than almost anyone. His assessment was brutal in its simplicity. Caitlin Clark is single-handedly responsible for the league's financial transformation. The new TV deals, increased salaries, private planes for teams. Magic traced all of it back to one player's drawing power.
Changed that. The finals were on tape delay. I won the game, the championship in Philadelphia, went to the hotel and watched the game over again.
The comparison to his own rookie season was particularly savage. Magic reminded everyone that when he entered the NBA, he wasn't just popular, he was effective immediately. His Lakers won the championship in his rookie year, with Magic filling in at center during the finals and dominating. The implication was clear. Real superstars don't just generate buzz, they deliver results when it matters most.
And Angel Reese is second in the league in rebounding. She's averaging 13 points a game, which is very good for a rookie.
Angel Reese's rebounding numbers got a brief acknowledgement, but Magic's tone suggested those stats were more curiosity than genuine impact. He essentially treated her like a solid role player having a good rookie season, not someone deserving of superstar comparisons. That had to hurt worse than any direct insult.
An idiot. And then, of course, Angel Reese cried about all the drama that she...
The psychological warfare aspect of Magic's comments can't be ignored. He knows that confidence is everything in professional sports, and his assessment basically told the basketball world that Angel Reese isn't operating on the same level as Caitlin Clark. For a young player trying to establish herself as an elite talent, having Magic Johnson publicly diminish your impact is devastating.
Were you treated as roughly as they have been treated when you were a rookie?
Of course.
Magic's experience with media scrutiny and rookie challenges gave extra weight to his analysis. He survived the pressure cooker of 1980s NBA stardom, won championships as a rookie, and built a business empire afterward. When someone with that resume evaluates current players, people listen. His verdict on the Clark-Reese dynamic wasn't just opinion, it was expert testimony. The timing of Magic's comments made them even more brutal. This came right as Angel Reese was trying to build momentum for Rookie of the Year arguments. Instead of getting validation from one of basketball's all-time greats, she got a reality check that essentially ended that conversation before it started.
Then Magic and Bird palling around in the sneaker commercials. Now it's like, oh.
What makes Magic's position so devastating is that he's not some random analyst looking for clicks. He's a Hall of Famer, a successful businessman, and a current WNBA owner. His assessment carries institutional weight that can't be dismissed as bias or hot takes. When Magic Johnson says Caitlin Clark is the show and Angel Reese is just along for the ride, that becomes conventional wisdom.
Excuse me, 1.2 million people watch when Caitlin Clark is playing. Angel Reese's impact not nearly as good. Like, you go watch Caitlin Clark, you may see something you've never seen women's basketball players do. You go watch Angel Reese, you see something women's basketball players have been doing for...
The ripple effects of Magic's comments have been fascinating to watch. Suddenly, other analysts started echoing his viewpoints. The media narrative shifted from dynamic duo to superstar and supporting cast. Sponsors and marketing teams took notice. Even casual fans who might have bought into the equal rivalry storyline started seeing the obvious differences in impact and ability.
But as Rob G, he read the numbers, Martin. For the most part, it's Caitlin. It's not a 50-50 thing as far as boosting the league. We've heard the numbers. Now, the rivalry is you can call that 50-50. Angel is more popular than most other players in the WNBA. If not, I don't know if I should say if not all of them, but Caitlin Clark is the one driving these numbers.
Magic's final twist was almost cruel in its elegance. He suggested that this rivalry, such as it is, would be good for the WNBA because conflict drives interest. But he made it clear that without Caitlin Clark's transcendent talent, there would be no rivalry to discuss. Angel Reese's role in Magic's assessment is essentially to provide opposition for the real star to overcome.
It's happening again, except Angel Reese doesn't do it the way Magic Johnson's going to do it, and now there's a sharpened edge on all of it that's even more interesting.
The basketball legend's comments expose something uncomfortable about manufactured narratives in sports media. Everyone wanted the next Magic Bird rivalry so badly that they ignored obvious disparities in talent and impact. Magic Johnson just reminded everyone what actual superstar rivalry looks like. And it requires two legitimate superstars, not one transcendent player and one solid rookie with good rebounding numbers.
Phenomenal, took the nation by storm. And Magic was the same way, did it differently, obviously, but they were the two best players in the country.
Magic's assessment wasn't just about basketball. It was about understanding what drives sports entertainment at the highest level. He built his legacy on recognizing and creating those magical moments that transcend games and become cultural events. His evaluation of Clark versus Reese was really about identifying who has that rare quality and who's just along for the ride. The most humiliating aspect of Magic's comments wasn't any single statement. It was the overall dismissiveness. He treated Angel Reese like a footnote in Caitlin Clark's story, not a co-star in some epic rivalry. For someone trying to establish herself as an elite player, being reduced to a supporting character by Magic Johnson has to be absolutely crushing. Magic Johnson didn't just pick sides in the Clark-Reese debate, he ended it. His legendary status, business success, and deep understanding of what drives sports entertainment gave his assessment unquestionable authority. Angel Reese might put up decent numbers, but Magic made it clear that only one of these rookies has what it takes to truly transform the WNBA, and that reality check might be the most valuable lesson either player receives this season. What do you think about Magic's brutal honesty? Was he right to destroy the false equivalency, or should he have been more diplomatic about two rising stars?